Welcome back to the KDC Hall Presley Stadium. We're about to get this thing started.
And when you think about the postseason run that they had last year to the Women's College World Series, they're going to ride the sophomore arm again.
This is such an impressive arm in the circle. I think now in her sophomore season just continues to settle in. Loved getting a chance to chat with her yesterday about that evolution from freshman year to now.
As we take a look at the Georgia starting lineup brought to you by Capital One, and we've got to highlight the speed at the top of the order with Dallas Goodnight.
You know me, I'm not going to ever miss a chance to flex on some speed. It never sleeps. Both of these lineups, and Dallas Goodnight and Kendra Falby for Florida, over 30 stolen bases on the year.
Dallas Goodnight won against this Florida Gator team. You think about Keegan Rothrock last weekend in that regional round. They had 3 run rule victories. Rothrock picking up 2 wins over the course of those 3 days. And we're underway, and Rothrock throws it in for ball 1. The Peach State native and Dallas Goodnight, second straight season as a second-team All-SEC selection.
There's right there.
We spoke of her speed and how it has been a game changer all season long, tied for 3rd most in stolen bases in the Southeastern Conference this season. She fouls it back now, 1 and 2.
We are underway. Here we go. So the team we're rooting for today's game will be is Georgia Bulldogs.
Throw it on 2 levels. Has been working for that 3rd location of the Rise. That was the goal in this past offseason for Keegan Rothrock.
We're on ESPN2 for this today's matchup. Beautiful day outside, and ain't gonna believe it. Let me tell you something. Yesterday, Texas versus the Clemson game, we had a triangulate lightning delay in this area in Austin, Texas yesterday until we didn't finish the game until midnight. That's crazy. I hope it does not happen again. But if that's the case, what a scenario.
Someone who just gets better. Game after game. Again, the majority of the innings in the 2024 Women's College World Series run. And we may see a good bit of her throughout this weekend. Tim Walton, 1,000+ career wins at his time in Florida, seeking his 13th Women's College World Series appearance. And they're 3 of the last 4 seasons. That one clips the elbow. They say no. She's got to come back to the plate. You've got to be able to get out of the way. She hang her elbow out there.
To me, that first look, you can clearly see the upper body leaning over into the strike zone. Tony Baldwin, head coach for Georgia, came out of the dugout wanting to have a word there with home plate umpire Brian Crochet. I think that's the right call.
And gets the strikeout. Rothrock retires the first batter she faces in Dallas Goodnight.
You got to celebrate this turnaround, right? You get that call. Rothrock able to go at Dallas Goodnight. One more pitch. Takes it upstairs. We talked about the rise ball with Rothrock. That's what she's known for. And gets Dallas Goodnight with the swing through.
There's Lindy Ray Davis, graduate student, University of Georgia, grew up always wanting to don the black and red, has had that wonderful opportunity to do so. Came up with clutch moments in that Durham Regional last weekend as the Bulldogs were able to move through and knock off national seed at number 14, Duke, to advance here to the Supers.
We are for sure in the era of the transfer portal. A lot of movement happening within our sport, but Lindy Ray Davis, an exception to that, was a recruit prior to the NCAA rule changing, committed to Georgia in 8th grade.
Caught looking, so one swinging and one looking, and Keegan Rothrock already off to a fantastic start.
You couldn't script a better start for this sophomore. That's the goal as a pitcher, right? You're wanting to establish and settle into that strike zone early, and Rothrock has been shaving the corners, has elevated the rise ball beautifully, and taking control here early against Georgia.
Tyler Ellison, the second baseman outside of Atlanta's where she grew up. 289 batting average on the season, commits there. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. This Georgia team making their 3rd straight Super Regional appearance for the last 5 years. And for many coming into this tournament, they were unsure about what type of Georgia team would show up, but you know that the Dogs know how to rise to the occasion. Tony Baldwin has been a part of a lot of the success they've seen over the years, spent 9 seasons under Lou Harris Champer, and then took over back in 2021.
You spoke of the history, right, of this team specifically on this stage in Gainesville for a Super Regional win.
Ellison drives this one into the outfield. Taylor Shoemaker is there, and a 1, 2, 3 innings. So on the other side, we'll get a chance to see this Gator offense go to work.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.